welcome back. It's a good day when Dave Duncan joins us. With such incredible sales records over the course of his career, averaging 50 transactions per year since '86 and over 85 transactions per year since 2000, the master of the disc profile, as we were just talking about, understands people, understands real estate. Hi, Dave.
Hey, Ben, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Are you enjoying the weather? Big golfer over there.
I've played a little bit. I was in San Diego last weekend and didn't play very good golf, but we had a great time.
Yeah.
Snuck out yesterday.
Nice. Oh, nice. Yeah. That's why you got that, you can't really see it on the radio, but that's that glowing, almost redness you have.
That's about as tan as I get.
I love it. So, Dave, you have been in the real estate industry a long time. You understand the market. You've seen it kind of ebb and flow in so many different ways. What is your take on the real estate market in this area today as we see it?
We talk about this every time. You know me, I'm a stats geek, and so I'm going to throw a couple at you now on a quote, and then we'll kind of dissect it, I guess. Joe Spencer, he's the area director for our region. And Joe got quoted in the MLS as saying, and this is about inventories, counter to the historic yearly pattern of increasing inventory from January to late summer, meaning that's what we see year in, year out. The pattern of shrinking inventory historically, oops, I jumped ahead. But that's not what we're seeing. It's been shrinking every month
right
from the beginning of the year to the end of the year. So this pattern of shrinking inventory, historically low rates, and higher consumer confidence has made things really good. It's like somebody flipped a switch middle of February and we realized how low our inventories are.
Yeah, and that it seems to be a continuing piece of the pie here is that there's just not enough houses. And now, even with inventory shrinking, it feels like, and we see it in the mortgage side, buyers are starting to go, you know what? I'm taking a break. Like it's summer and it's slowed, it seems, more than maybe you would have thought.
You've heard my theory on that before. I think it's as much as that. People want to look for a house, but it's like, let's go to the lake instead, or let's go to Eastern Washington. But I think as much of that is realtors not working too. I think they take the same time off.
I had no idea.
You see the weather report this week? You can't blame anyone.
Yeah.
Well, I can't talk. I mean,
coming from the guy who said, I had an awesome time in San Diego and snuck out yesterday, right?
I can't talk. But so it has bottomed out. We heard for so long that, is it at the bottom? Is it at the bottom? And for years I've always said, you won't know till we're past it. So a couple stats. Again, I'll throw a few more and that'll be it for those. Pending sales were up 17% from a year ago, and that's all across the MLS. That's number one. Number two, prices are climbing, in all areas. That's up 7% from a year ago. 3 counties, Clallam, I don't even know where that is, San Juan and Snohomish County, they're actually double digits. Then the last stat is single-family homes that sold last month. The percentage of increase, San Juan County went up an astounding 21%. Snohomish County went up 13.5%. I mean, this is over a year, so 13.5% increase is a lot. And King County, which accounts for 40% of all the single-family sales, is up between 7 and 8.
Yeah, I mean, these are those numbers we saw in the Seattle Times, and then even nationally, we saw in the Wall Street Journal. It really does start to confirm, the numbers feel like they're confirming that the market is rebounding as of right now.
No, it totally is. Actually, it's going the other way. A lot of the agents in my office that work a lot with buyers, and I'm sure we'll hear about that a little later on. It's now they're frustrated. They make offers, they lose 2, 3, 4 houses, and so some take a back seat, like you said, but others, it makes them a better buyer next time because they don't ask for those silly things they might ask for the first time. So it's definitely swung, and it's a lot more work for the agents that work exclusively with buyers.
Do you tend to think that, and I want to get into, I know you work a lot with new home construction, I want to get into some of the stuff that you guys are doing, but does it seem that buyers are becoming less picky? I mean, does it still take the 3 or 4 houses before they're like, oh, you know what, I totally get it now. I can't offer 40% under what they wanted.
No, you're exactly right. They are getting less picky. I did a buyer class 2 weeks ago, and 2 of the half a dozen people that were there were saying, can I make an offer? Do I have to pay full price? Can I get closing costs? So they're asking those kind of questions because they're afraid they've heard from their friends and peers about how they're losing everything.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So now, I mean, with inventory, I mean, essentially just strangled right now. I mean, we heard out in Sammamish yesterday that the Sammamish inventory is like 2.2 months. I mean, I've heard as low as in Redmond, it's like 1.8 months. There's just not a lot of houses. What does the future hold for the amount of houses that are going to be needed?
It should be, as Joe's quote was at the end of the article, it should be that it'll be a steadily sustaining market for the near future. As far as new construction goes, and I'll elaborate on that and take a chance to plug my newest product, New construction should go through the roof. It's just a matter of hopefully we keep the prices in check a little bit so that people can still afford them, and we don't go through what we went through in the mid 2000s. The reason I say that, I work with a builder called Pacific Ridge Homes, so we have 50 new homes. We're just starting to build. Probably going to put them on the market this week. They're 1,700 to 2,500 square feet. They're going to be $249,900 to $299,900. So
great price point.
06, it would have been a third more, probably 40% more. So it's still a great price.
And have you seen a lot of action on those already?
I'm just now getting calls. The sign went up last Friday or Monday. I'm not sure what day. So I'm starting to get calls. They're not in the MLS yet. We're going to list the first 19 on Friday.
I see Lisa over there like, okay, all right, I got like 3 buyers sitting there ready for you. Maybe make a little connection here. Who knows? We're here with Dave Duncan, managing broker and co-owner of Keller Williams Realty Bothell. Dave, so when you look at these 50 houses that are going to be listed by Pacific Ridge Homes, is that do you feel that that's going to be something that's scooped up pretty quickly?
I mean, we could probably blow them all out in 90 days. But they're not done. They're building them at a pace of about 5 a month. Just today I had the conversation because there was a plot I had in 05 where we had 125 houses, and we actually let it go and took pre-sales, whatever it was. And we had two months of 25 sales in a month. Well, the problem is you make a bunch of pre-sales. If the market's going up, the builder leaves a lot of money on the table. The buyers are ecstatic because it's worth $30,000, $40,000 more. Mm-hmm. It wouldn't be like that this time. But that said, I asked that point-blank question. I said, now, are we going to try to blow these out quick and move on to the next project? Or are we going to go at a certain pace of 4, 5, 6 a month? And he's thinking more of the 4 a month approximately. And what that does, and there's some big builders, one big guy on the east side, Murray Franklin. I haven't worked with them for years, but for years their motto was, we're going to sell 4 houses. We sell 5, we raise the price. We sell 3, we leave it the same, or 2, we drop it. But it was that was the measuring stick of whether they raise prices that month or not.
Does that tend to be more efficient then? I guess it's really maximizing the dollars rather than just trying to sell the houses. It's kind of a different, they're not, as I guess you would say, motivated of a seller to just get rid of them.
Well, in a good market, you have confidence you're going to sell it regardless. So maximizing the dollars is exactly right. It's just that, they don't want to leave anything on the table either. It's their business, and that's how they support their kids and families and lives.
Yeah. What are some of the big things or the attributes of some of these houses that are exciting?
This particular builder does a great job in the exteriors, so it's got a lot of pop. It's got a lot of exterior appeal. Internally, there's fundamental things you like to do. I like plenty of hardwood. You like the granite slabs. It's upgraded cabinets, upgraded packages.
Sure. So, and this is up, Pacific Ridge Homes, and this is up by Alderwood Mall, you said?
Mm-hmm. By Alderwood Mall. They've got a lot of other projects. That's just the newest we got coming up. And I've got one in Marysville where we are pretty much almost sold out of. They've got another one out by Mill Creek.
50 houses seems like a lot. Right? That's 50 houses.
I like that.
You're right, but it does. It seems like that's a lot. And then hearing all the lack of inventory conversation, what a perfect time to be rolling these out.
It's perfect timing. I couldn't be happier. They can't be happier because our pricing we had in February was one number, and now 5-6 months later I won't throw out the gross number, but it'll be a lot better. You can do the math.
I will if you tell me about it. Dave, thanks so much for joining us again. Dave Duncan of the Dave Duncan Group of Keller Williams, and sounds like some exciting stuff going out there with Pacific Ridge Homes and the new 50 out in Alderwood.
Thanks, Ben.
All right. Hey, when we come back, a lot of people might be thinking that the new home market, a brand new home, is right for them. Other people might be thinking a small condo is right for them. When we come back, we're going to talk with Lisa Hampton, lead buyer specialist with Home Helper Consultants, about the importance of goal setting and understanding what you're trying to accomplish out of your own home purchase. We'll be back after this break. You're listening to Brashenomics.